I've spent some time in some GT3 RSs. This is brutal compared to those. Hi guys, Scott here from Outlaw Garage. Today we have a 750 horsepower 911. Take a look at this. So we're back again.
Yes.
We are back again. We've decided to wear the same items that we were wearing last time. But we are back again. This time, 997 time.
Yes, correct.
However, with a little bit of extra boost with the turbo.
Yes.
So we will start on the inside. I think we did this with the 996 because the fun end is where all the party's at. Yep. And we'll cover that in a moment. But 997 turbo generation?
Gen 1 Metzger engine with the dry sump. Yeah.
Okay. Manual again,
yes,
as we see there. Manual there. And for anybody who has noticed carbon fibre on the inside, but you were saying that that's from a GT2 RS?
Yes, correct. So I got this off a bloke who had crashed his GT2 RS in the States, and I bought it online. So this was a really, really rare piece. You'll see aftermarket ones that look almost identical, but rarely will you see the actual original Porsche center console with the handbrake lever in carbon fibre.
So we'll spare a moment for the guy who crashed his GT2 RS, and we'll send wishes and prayers to him because that must have been a horrendous experience. But a nice little pickup there, because that goes all the way down into the footwell as well, doesn't it?
Yep.
That looks really, really nice. Interior, not as modified as the 996.
No.
But still a few modifications. So we've got relined seats with the orange piping to match the outside of the car, and that's been done on the front and the rear.
Yes, correct.
New carpets, or was that?
No, the carpets are original. They're just very well maintained. So this
I've got to say, even on the door cards here, look at those.
So this was a one-owner car. It was previously owned by a surgeon in Sydney, and I picked this car up around 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I was driven very, very sparingly.
Kilometres?
65.
That is very sparingly.
Yeah.
So here we go, 997 turbo. Look at her sat there. So wheels, stock wheels?
Yes, stock wheels.
Stock wheels, just painted?
Yeah, just painted. So we went with
suspension and brakes?
So we've got the standard brakes, which are more than sufficient because you've got the big Brembo 6-piston up the front. But I've gone for the KW suspension, but it's the KW version. Don't quote me on the actual model number, but it's one that's actually linked into the PASM. So I haven't lost the PASM as a result.
So you still keep all the features of the original car and all the, I guess, the benefits, but with the upgraded suspension.
Yeah, and I've also got the TPC PASM controller as well, so that's brought up in line. They allege that it basically brings it in line with a 991 in terms of the responsiveness.
Yeah. Looks nice. The orange accents look really cool on it. We've seen a couple of cars recently that either been white or silver with the orange, and that looks nice. Yeah, nice. Especially on the intakes.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. So we're saying this has got a slight upgrade on the horsepower.
Yes, correct. So this has had the Champion turbos fitted to it. It's running Seacom intercoolers as well. We've got the IPD throttle body, IPD plenum, IPD Y-pipe installed. So we've got a full custom car graphic exhaust system as well. So I was running a straight pipe exhaust system.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
So dyno tuned?
These are very difficult to dyno in Australia because you need a dyno that's linked front to back.
Okay.
When I had the car,
they're all-wheel drive.
Yes, and it's got a very sophisticated all-wheel drive system. And if you don't use a linked dyno, you can potentially completely trash the all-wheel drive system and the gearbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when
you have to be really careful with that now.
Yep, correct. So when I had the car dynoed, it was done at Peter Fitzgerald's, at Fitzgerald's Racing.
Yeah.
And we actually had to disconnect the front-wheel drive on the car and redivert all of the power to the back.
Okay.
So the actual figure itself is murky, but the package from the guys from Champion would suggest that it pulls at around 750 horsepower at the wheels, approximately.
That's massive. That is absolutely massive. 750.
Yeah, and it is brutal as well in terms of how it delivers the power as well. It's very much a balls to the wall experience when you're in this car. It's nothing like the other car.
Yeah, so let's open the engine lid. Let's take a...
So, as discussed before, there we've got the IPD Y-pipe that you can see directly at the front.
Yeah.
Behind that we've got the throttle body and the plenum, and then we've got the agency power carbon fibre air intake as well. And in addition to this, we've also got the BBI slave cylinder replacement kit. This car comes with a very, very squishy clutch pedal feel because it's got an assistance booster on the clutch, because it was intended as a luxury package.
Yep.
Only car that they've done it on, from my knowledge, and it's quite a significant upgrade to actually remove that and to put the BBI kit on it, which brings it in line with the GT2 in terms of pedal feel.
Yeah. Okay. So a little bit firmer.
Oh, way firmer.
Yeah.
Way firmer.
Okay.
And also I've removed the dual mass flywheel, and I've put a GT2 single mass flywheel in addition to the GT2 clutch as well, which has only been done recently. So the clutch has about a couple of 100 kilometres on it.
Wow. Do you get to take it out very often, or?
No.
Unfortunately, not as much as you would like.
No, and that's why I got the 996. The 996 basically scratches the itch in between not driving this car.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm assuming, well, we'll take it out on the road shortly, and I guess we've got to be a little bit careful about where you take it with 750.
Yeah, you don't realise how fast you're going in this car. It can become very, very hair-raising very quickly.
Wow. It's just instant, isn't it?
There's no wind-up at all. It's either on or off.
I can understand why this might be a bit of a risk to your license.
Yeah, it's, at least with the 996 you can push it and enjoy it, and still have fun on twisty roads. With this one, all it takes is to be impulsive for one moment at the wrong time, and you've got no license for a year again. So, and half the time you're not aware of how fast you're going because you're keeping an eye on the road, not on the
you're focused,
not
and
on the
concentrating.
speedo. Yeah.
What a piece of engineering, really, to be able to go, like, I'm not changing too much on it, and all of a sudden I've got
that amount of power.
Yeah, I'm not opening the block and doing things like that.
And look, I think it's one of those cars where a lot of people who do buy them are very conservative and they don't explore.
Yeah.
Either that, or they explore, but in a way that detracts from the car. It's very easy to get carried away, but in the wrong way. But I think it's perfect as it is. I think it doesn't need anything more, but I wouldn't give it any less either.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And I don't think I've upset the balance or the harmony of the vehicle at all. I think I've kept it quite nice. Another interesting fact about these cars is that they came out at the height of the recession.
Yeah.
And they were quite pricey as well. So for somebody to have purchased one of these back then, for the price that they were commanding at the height of the recession,
you were doing all right for yourself.
Yeah, it was quite impressive. Yeah. And now, of course, they're on the rise, price-wise.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And especially a manual.
Yeah. Lots of auto. Well, not lots, but there are autos out there.
So much easier to find.
Yeah, and they're not attracting anywhere near what these guys are attracting as in the manual package.
What made you think I'm going to make my 997 turbo 750 horsepower? It seems a reasonable question.
Yeah, I think it's not necessary, but
because you didn't buy it with that intent, did you, to modify it?
I think
or were you like, I'll buy this and I might be able to do some cool stuff with it as a kind of guy?
Prior to owning this, I had a Cayman R,
Yeah.
And the Cayman R was absolutely phenomenal. It felt very sprightly. It was
manual as well, was that?
No, that was the PDK.
Yeah, okay.
And even though it wasn't
because that's another car that I've kind of looked at.
They're superb. I think that if there was a Porsche that I could live with every single day,
yeah,
it would be the Cayman R. It's very, very agile. It's sprightly. It feels very pointed. It's very precise, and I wanted to replicate that with this, and then it just sort of spiraled out of control.
Yeah, okay. Which I've seen that with many people.
Yeah.
They've gone around and seen people or know friends where, you know, weight reduction in cars or adding power, and before you know it, it's an addiction.
Yeah, it becomes almost like a personal challenge.
Yeah.
What's this guy doing?
I don't really know. I think he was like, please don't kill me.
Driving on the wrong side.
So you enjoyed the Cayman R?
Yeah, the Cayman R was superb. But this was the natural progression.
Yeah.
And if I had to choose one over the other, I would choose this hand over this any day.
Yeah. Well, the turbo is a step up from the Cayman R.
Yeah.
But that has been, as we talked about earlier, been looking at a water-cooled Porsche, and the Cayman R had kind of slipped into my thought. Because there's not many of those around.
No, it's very rare.
Yeah.
It's extremely rare, and they're extremely collectible, and as a result they've maintained their price. And I think it's a better option than the GT4, to be honest with you.
Nothing much to it.
This car requires a lot of focus when you're driving.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Any power through any lack of traction or anything like that. It is just off. Yeah, like you were saying, not as loud as the 996.
No.
Turbos restrict it a little bit. Jesus Christ.
So we got to 100 k's an hour just then.
I thought my ears were going to pop. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's one of the fastest cars you'll likely ever go in. The power delivery is very smooth, and
honestly, I thought my ears were going to pop. That is so quick.
Yeah.
And you hear the turbos.
Yep. And then you look down at the speedo and you're doing 250 k's an hour.
Fucking hell. Jesus, that's quick.
Wants to go, and I was barely tapping the throttle, barely. You never get any wheel spin. It's complete power transfer to the ground.
Well, there we go. That's the second car that we've been down here with. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
That is brutally scary. So the horsepower in this thing is unbelievable. How that deploys 750 to those wheels and they don't even shake is unbelievable. Never mind the quality of the block in the Porsche, and the power that you can add to it is unbelievable. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video. That is so quick. That 997 is unbelievable. So stay tuned for the channel. We've got loads of new content coming. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you later. See ya.